All right.
Ooh.
That's what I'm talking about, Darren. That's my best friend, Darren. Speaking of which.
And over there down in the end, that's my best friend, Bobby.
These fellas right here, that's Wes, and that's Jose, and this is the Hola Bud Podcast.
And we're sponsored by
The Dream Green Cannabis Club. This guy right here, Wes.
Oh, that is funky. You feel that? Jose, you feel that?
Yep.
No.
You're a dancer, Wes?
Nope.
No?
He used to be.
I bet he dances in the mirror. In the bathroom.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I know it. And he still did it.
This is take two. Take two because the first time it stopped recording.
Oh, man.
We did have a phenomenal discussion, and I am a little bit disappointed about it, but I'm excited because this one's going to be even better. There was a
Correct.
humming that was happening that we figured out.
I don't hear it.
It's gone. The humming's
Yeah.
gone, so that's better. And
bit darker.
we smoked a bunch last time, and
did.
I was drinking Northeast already, so we're pretty buzzed up.
Big sponsorship opportunity, Northeast. If you don't give Bobby Skoog something, you're missing out.
That's right, our unofficial drink sponsor, Northeast. Hopefully one day I will be their spokesman, similar to their Shane Gillis. You know, I will be him
You will be.
for Northeast. The look Wes just gave me.
Shane's good. Shane's a good guy.
Shane's fantastic. He's so funny in every aspect, like on podcast, on stage,
Isn't
on
he
TV.
in the show Tires?
Yep,
Oh, that is hilarious.
that show is hilarious. You ever seen that show, Wes?
Yes.
No,
I have
you
not
haven't?
finished
No,
it.
it's funny.
I've seen,
I think I've
start
seen
shows
clips.
and I stop.
Yeah, he's working in a garage.
I get it.
Yeah.
You're a busy man, Wes. Ain't got time to be sticking with TV shows for the full season where
No.
they got like 8, 10 episodes.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Just binge watch it.
Speaking of busy, Wes, what have you been up to? I saw on the Facebook group that you had some different ideas for floor plan options.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes, and it seems that I will be going with a pharmacy-style setup. We will be building a new spot on this current location, keeping this existing building but not using it for cannabis. So the retail location will be a pharmacy-style 1,200 square foot building, 900 square foot retail space.
Two separate buildings, right?
Two
One
separate
towards the front of the lot, and then this one for other purposes.
Yes.
That's a great setup. I like that idea. I like having your presence up by the street. I like having more building space to
Yeah,
work with
for
to
sure.
do different stuff. You know, that's very exciting, very cool. Wes, how about you introduce us to the man next to you?
This is Jose with New Oceans Logistics, and they have a facility, a campus facility called Field of Dreams, and I hope to be getting into as Jose's stating, as I am getting into that the spot. So
It's happening.
they're doing their due diligence to get me into that spot and get it all built and whatever. He's Jose. He's phenomenal, and yeah.
Jose, tell
he's
us
my guy.
about you.
So my name's Jose Maltos. I'm with New Ocean Logistics. We are putting together a cannabis industrial park just south of the metro for the new emerging market in Minnesota. We are targeting not just, the micro growers and the craft culture of cannabis. We're also trying to get secure transport, lab testing, as well as a processing facility on the site, so that way they all can pretty much have an ecosystem and coincide with each other, just to help stabilize in the market and it being a new market.
Yeah.
Yep.
Loving the fact that you're going to have the testing and all that stuff there, because that's going to take a lot of the fear that parents mainly and maybe some regulars too have about their stuff being laced up with shit, because that seemed to be really cool for a while, that people were fucking shit up and making it not as good as it should have been.
No, it's crazy. There definitely needs to be medical testing, and just some sort of baseline testing. The standards are a little harder than some of the other basic, like FDA standards for food, which is kind of crazy when you get in the nitty gritty of it.
Yeah.
For Like, but yeast and mold, and there's some dangerous things that, you know, can kind of come about weed, you know, if it's mistreated or sprayed with some sort of pesticide or some sort of like, you know, something that you really shouldn't be, you know, and then
Yeah.
turning around and consuming it, you know, putting a flame to it.
Sure.
But it's definitely going to be, you know, it's more of an incubator, what we're building on the property. So we're allowing new time operators to come and like get involved into the market as it grows without having to have the headache of finding and securing a place, building it out by themselves, funding every aspect, and like wearing all the other 10 hats, you know, that are required of getting into a market like this.
Yeah.
Yep.
There is a lot of moving parts when you're talking about that. Wes, what kind of different things does a person have to deal with when they're just trying to grow weed? You know, what other kind of things do they have to now learn and face?
Paying the bills.
Right.
You gotta pay the electric guy, you gotta pay the water bill, you gotta get those things. If something breaks, you gotta know how to fix it on the fly or purchase a new one real fast. And there's, as he said, 10 hats just in the growing aspect of itself as running a micro business is 10 hats in 10 different fields of it all, because there's the manufacturing side and then there's the retail space of
Your payroll
things.
to HR to, you know, the janitor, you know, like at the end of the day, I always joke around about that. Like, just because I can care less for saying I'm like the CEO, you know, like at the end of the day, like I'm the accountant, you know, most
Right.
days, you know, I'm the janitor every day,
Yeah.
you know, and it's like, that's just part of the gig, you know, it's being an owner, you know, being an active owner. And that's the difference, you know, like a lot of like startup, Minnesota was kind of promising a lot of people like a huge chance of like being able to do this, and it's rather difficult, you know,
Yeah.
like, and that's the, you know,
Is that because they changed the ways of how they went from
Correct.
getting into? Okay.
yeah, you know, I believe that they put up just a lot of hype, you know, and like, and I guess what I'm saying, like, they didn't require a lot in order to apply.
Yeah.
And in order to like take your hard-earned money and invest it into the lottery system that they created. There's actually a crazy statistic. There's a company like out of Arizona that won 60% of the micro licenses out, you know.
Up here?
Yep. Or
Oh, wow.
you know, just through playing through the lottery system, you know, like, and that's, if you go on to Reddit, you know,
Yeah.
don't quote me, but like, it's just like one of those things where I would not be surprised, you know, like I've came across it, you know, there's plenty of websites and plenty of people online right now, even on Facebook, you know, posting how much can I sell this for, you know, and it's just it's not even a license yet, you know, like there's still things that Wes has to do in order to obtain the license, you know, and so that's the biggest issue. Like, there's a lot of people who are consultants out here who are charging money because you have a chance.
You don't
know,
like that
so-
word consultant.
No, so we use creative solutions, you know, like, and that is, at one point in time, like when I was first starting to get into cannabis, you know, like that's where we had, me personally would have like a lot of like difficult, you know, moments, like dealing with consultants, you know, is a one track, one mind. It was, you know, do it this way, and when it didn't work, it's not my fault, you know. So like I've had some of those experiences, and it's
Yeah.
like that's where, even to like some of the best like homegrown advice that I got from like the very first like big time home grower, old man Denny, like he was my first Michigan farmer. You know, keep it simple, stupid, and take 90% of the things that you're gonna learn and hear from others, and just filter it out till like so you have a final 10, like
Right.
solid 10. You know, just like it's not all gonna work. You know,
Good advice
like,
from Denny.
yeah, you know, and it's true, because there's a million ways to skin the cat. You know, there's all sorts of creative way how people like, you know, even grow their cannabis, you know, and the medians and the different type of nutrients to like their style. So it just all adds up, you know, just like not everything works for everybody. So like that's the whole thing behind us. We're not a cookie cutter solution. Like I'm not just some basic consultant. Like we do have a backbone in compliance.
Yeah.
You know, we do have our specialty, but then it's taking Wes's dream, you know, and making it like a custom tailor suit. You know, how is he going to be able to be a compliant operator
With
while
a matching
doing-
hat.
while doing what he wants to do. Exactly.
Wes got style.
Yeah,
Yep.
he is.
Yep.
No, I definitely like that that idea that consulting is a cookie cutter. Like they're gonna tell you this is the way you do it, right? But you're like taking the approach more like everyone has a unique problem. How do we solve your unique problem? What are some different solutions to that?
As well as grow. My biggest passion, this is my biggest thing, that I'm hard on my own self, and like that's my biggest flaw. But when it comes down to it, it's like I'm always analyzing certain things. So like when it's like a point of weakness at a store, if the most important thing is being compliant, like what do you need to constantly be looking at and changing? So like there's always room for improvement
Yeah.
too, is where that firm belief comes from.
That's good.
So it's like I got a really good chance. I worked with a really high-end individual who spent some time at Coca-Cola for like many years. He worked as the continuous improvement director. That was like a made-up bullshit title.
That's a great title.
But like
That's a
it's
great
like
title.
it was a real thing, and I learned just a lot of like insight, corporate, big box structure, like mentality, and just how to move. And like what makes the real dollars and donuts at the end of the day, like
Sure.
what can save and what can break, and like the pivotal moments of like trying to do a large scale business, because regardless, when you bring it to a new market like this, like right now the dispensaries are selling $55 Ace, and half-gram cartridges for $50 to $60.
Right.
That's a huge, huge. Obviously, if you go to a saturated market, but it just allows, us to do and compete with what like normal traditional businesses like, kind of do. So it's like taking that knowledge and applying it to like a simple, like, hey, I want to be a hometown mom and pop shop. I want to do good. My wife's going to be helping me. I'm going to be putting a fucking lot on the line.
Yeah.
I'm going to be fucking changing my career and taking away my guarantee of what I give to my kid and to my whole life, and I'm gonna dump it into fucking weed, and I hope I can do this.
Right.
So like I've been there, so that's the cool thing about us, and what we're trying to do with New Oceans. Like we are truly for the operators. We're not just, hey, like
It's not just
well,
a money grab,
Let
but
me
you are
see how much money you're working with.
Yeah.
It's like, what's your vision? How can I get you there?
right.
Because friends make great friends.
Yeah. How many people do you have with that company that do the same thing you do? The New Oceans.
I got two partners.
Two partners.
Yep, that
And
we
so
all
it's the
started.
three of you
Yep,
guys
it's
that
the
run
three
the
of
whole
us.
thing?
We started this up. This has been going on for 2 years now.
Very selfless
Yep.
is what I want to say. You're willing to help the new guy. You guys are taking a chance too.
Yep.
So I think that, and I hope that it's going to pay off big for everybody involved. So I think it's really cool that there's people out there that are willing to do that, and that businesses like you exist.
So it was kind of crazy because in a grand scheme of things, the Field of Dreams, like how Wes mentioned, is a cannabis industrial park that we are managing the build out for. That was the original property that I was trying to put a licensed business in my name in. Until the lottery, like you said, just the structuring of how the state did it, I made changes to where this just allows us to form a better way to withstand the market, and it just happened to be right time, right place, but it's crazy because all I had to do was talk to people who are already planning on putting up these buildings and just make it for weed, so like it's crazy how you say it, the law of attraction is a real thing, and it's like there's a lot that's gone into this, so and it's kind of cool just how it's all came together, because it's like, and like you said, a lot, so it's like it's kind of just perfect timing, if other people are already willing to build into this commercial property, like perfect.
Yeah.
I just gotta go find the people who want to fill it.
No. Yeah.
Like they just want to show
That
up to
shouldn't be
work.
very hard.
No.
Jose is definitely filling his place in this industry as he's going to allow. Now, I don't have to think of those things, so the other guys that he was just talking about get to grow that cannabis. He's making it the simple plan that hey, follow this, not is in his direction of like, you gotta do it my way, but
that's all
it's the simplicity, and here is a lot of the legwork that now will allow the consumer to have the best cannabis experience, because
Yeah.
he's got the infrastructure for the freedom of guys, so I don't have to wear that other hat or the 7 hats that it took to build his facility grounds. Because what he did, it took a lot of work, a lot of talking to this guy, to that guy, and he had to probably learn a lot of things as he was going forward, because the other people didn't know what they didn't know, because it was a new industry for them. But
It's a lot.
so
Takes
that's
a village.
helping the
It's cool.
consumer,
It's cool, though.
hopefully, it's not hopefully, will have the end result when he has,
Yeah.
how many
So there's going to be 110,000 square feet
of canopy
of,
or,
of total buildings that would be going up on this property.
So
They're
how
all going to
many
be
ever-
individual. 22
yeah.
possible businesses. could
22
be
possible businesses that will bring good product.
revenue,
to-
jobs, employment. You know,
Yeah.
just like
See, he's thinking of the
yeah.
broader thing, I'm thinking of that little cannabis plant and that to the.
You're like, look
but
at all the
that way.
weed we're gonna grow.
Right,
And he's
right.
all like, I'm gonna
And then we get to
people jobs,
smoke
and we're gonna
So, and that's directed right
awesome.
here in that ecosystem, which then will allow Elko, that since we're in with the ground floor
lot of
here,
jobs.
to get major amounts of different cannabis. Because I'm not going to tell you that I'm going to always just this. Wes has got the #1 strain. What if John has the #1 strain, or Robert comes in and does an Alien Labs fucking remake of some sour Bremix, or I don't know.
Yeah.
You know,
There could always be better, possibly.
and they're all doing their journey and wanting to create that great cannabis plant. So then Jose having it right there in our location just allows that. Here you go.
Right.
There's gonna be some cool things in the park, and that's the concept. It's kind of like a condo high rise. Like there's gonna be amenities. Like the people obviously who go in the park, because we can only fill so many. It's only 2% of the market of people who actually applied can actually go in the park. So we actually decided we're working on a second Field of Dreams right now. It's actually going to be a little bit bigger. I didn't even get to mention it in the first one.
Right.
So good thing for take two.
Good.
But we are working on actually putting together 1 million square feet. It's
If
pretty
you
cool.
build it, they will come.
But no, that's the whole concept. I know, call me crazy, but I already have a small proof of concept, and it took a lot of time. So like Elon Musk said it, he was like, hey, like don't have a 5-year goal, just do it in like 5 months. And
Right.
it's crazy, like the amount of things that I was able to take in these past 3 years. It's like, okay, if I can just put it now in these next 3 months and redo it, cool, because there's a lot that will go into it, So the first piece of property definitely had some handcuffs. We can only build the buildings a certain amount of size. We can only build them at so many at a time. There has to
Right.
be this road, so like I have to use certain blueprints and schematics. So it's like, but to get it done, we can do it, and it gets people into the door, gets them at a low lease.
And once you've done it a few times, now you know how to do it. It gets that much easier.
As well as they have, like between the lack of funding and the lack of proof and the lack of business, them being able to get into a building like this and build that on paper, build the brand as well that can stand behind it, like it allows them. They want to go out and get their own piece of land, cool. If not, I got a second one on the way, that would be able to give them like a better forever home, because the square footage is what is like kind of holding back. So every license comes with like a square foot amount, and that's based off of your license of what you would be able to produce. So obviously with the building itself, that's why it's like I need certain size buildings to actually accommodate to what he could produce a year.
Right.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
I'm just gonna check that camera again.
yeah.
Okay.
I'm paranoid now.
But yeah, 3 years ago,
I fucked up.
I got asked. We were talking about these 5,000 square foot buildings that were going up on the property, and I said, "Man, Eric, you know what I could do with 5,000 square feet, man?" And he was just like, we just started talking. and that's the property owner. And next thing you know, we met with the bank and we talked about it, and they were willing for me to put up a building. And so that's when I already started talking with the municipality and talking with the council, making sure everything that was zoned. And when we started changing gears, that's when we really had to like have another conversation with them for the written language itself to make sure that it was like stated appropriately, that it wouldn't implement or affect any other people, you know, in a negative way, because they were trying to cap it. They were trying to cap it for all of Scott County.
Okay.
You know, so like it would have just been one, obviously, that kind of derailed us, but
Yeah.
two, just in general. And it was just based off of they were literally just copying and pasting. Like they weren't, you know, and that's the thing. A lot of these places, like I definitely push for the advocation because a lot of these places don't have the education behind it. Like they just take a set of rules. Oh, we were talking to so-and-so from Colorado.
Oh,
Or we were reading this off the internet, you
Right.
know, and it's like, this is what our desk clerk gave us, you know, so like, this is what we got formed our opinion off of, like, we really haven't done research
off of
yet.
them not doing really anything, just this is what I saw.
Yes,
Right.
correct, right, and now this is what, like, our little rule is, unless you go and advocate, unless you go and talk to these people, you know, and like, we really do have to get in front of the board, because, you know, what if you jump into a property, and then you go to talk to them, they're like, oh,
Right.
then what? You know, so it's like there is a lot of things, you know, that do come to it, but the state allowed these people to apply and just have a dream and not really have a plan
not-
for it. So like that
Right.
was like the unfortunate part. Like you didn't have to, you know, provide
That's
proof
kind of
of
the-
funding or like proof of a place, but
That's kind of the problem with that whole lottery system is like you're not getting the best, most prepared people. You're getting the luckiest person, and then they have to try to make it work. And then when they fail, everyone's going to go, "Oh, look, the whole system fails because these people failed."
Exactly.
It's kind of a setup.
I mean, I'll say every market's like Dungeons and Dragons. Like
Yeah,
they
it's
just
a
roll the
game.
dice, and it's
Right.
these are the rules over here. You know, like
Yeah.
no alcohol and weed over here.
Yeah.
You know, it's every market's different. Minnesota, what legalized edibles like by accident? What was that, like 5 years ago or whatever?
Yeah.
Whatever it started. Like,
Yeah.
isn't that what it was? Like,
Yeah. I forget all the details to it, but yes, you
No,
are.
no.
That is a fair statement. That's what I understood too. Is like they didn't even realize what they were doing when they passed that bill
Just
it
to
was
show you
kind
how
of
much attention
wrapped
they
up
paid.
with some other things, and they were more focused on the other things that were in the bill, and then that just kind of slipped by.
I would like to go back to that about the licensing and the lottery and
Yeah,
whatever.
absolutely,
In
Wes.
my opinion, it should have been just open, and it should be like lawn care. If you can, you can. If you can't, you can't. Okay, you're making special rules for situations that are unfeasible for some people. They're making it that I have to have certain limits and make a certain amount of money. What about the guy that can only do it in a 100 square foot spot? Why are you limiting that guy to allow us to have that farmer's market type style? But
Yeah.
you know, I'm not trying to take away my money, but that should be freedom of commerce. This is cannabis once again. It's not nothing that's reinvented the wheel or anything here. It's fucking weed.
Right.
And
It's a
if you
plant.
can grow the best weed and commercialize it to and testing, that's my key thing would be the testing of it is make sure that it's tested. So that guy can grow that weed and sell it, his home grow, to me, to sell it to the public, if that's what he would like to do. But he has to do it through the right channels to do that. So that's the way they should have allowed it, because you're not giving free commerce. You're not giving everybody an equal footing. And then people that, the whole social equity about, it just isn't fair, period. Just allow everybody the equal footing at the same time to put the things forward, and it may be saturated, but that's only for good commerce in the end, and the winners of the best weed will survive, and or
Yeah.
other big businesses will come in and buy the smaller company that can't do it to do better, you know, and it changes the aspect of things, but
Right.
You got my vote.
What would you do in like 10, 20 years? You can just drive down the road and you would see that. You would just see a little wooden little stand with a little chopped, freshly dried weed just sitting there for like $10 a bundle, like on a little
That would be
sign.
awesome.
It would be finally the perspective of what it is. It isn't.
What state do you think that would be if you had to pick a state for the first one to do that?
The first state to do that.
I would have to.
Nevada, but they can't grow it.
I would have to.
I mean, they can indoors. but,
Colorado.
like,
Colorado, okay.
I would be just because
because
if
of
history has a tendency of
history,
repeating itself.
Okay.
Colorado did really well.
Colorado basically led the way
Yeah.
on that shit, right?
I
They had
will
the
say.
first decriminalized place in America, as far as I remember. So that's a strong contender, but I also agree with Nevada on the basis that Nevada's the only place that allows you to smoke weed on the street, right? You can walk up and down the strip now smoking weed, and that's completely legal. Nobody else in the country, I believe, is doing that. So Nevada's leading the way there.
Oh, that's
So-
innovative.
And Nevada leads the way on a lot of shit. They're like, dude, if you can make money, fucking let's let them do
They
it.
do love that. That's for sure.
But I do plan on being the cosmic apple orchard for the aliens.
Cosmic apple orchard for the aliens.
Bigfoot.
Now let's touch on that for a second. Because this, Elko, Minnesota, is the center of the universe.
It is.
According to some people, correct? Wes?
Correct. It was not my claim. I found the paper, and we could probably attach it to the video, right?
Yeah, and I actually
yeah, it's
did put
kinda
it.
interesting.
I put it for a second or two in the end of the last one you were in. It's there. If people saw it and stopped on it and zoomed in, you could see it. But doesn't it have something to do with like the ley lines?
Yes, and it's but what if we are the new temple or the new whatever you fucking call it, statue or the ley line goes through these certain points, right? The
Yeah, yeah.
pyramid, right?
So-
What do you call that?
Like a node point. Yeah, so,
So-
when the ley lines intersect, I believe they call it a node point. And a lot of node points have like archaeological sites and religious sites and military bases and all kinds of crazy shit, Darren.
We got
Yeah.
a speedway here.
Do you know anything about this, Darren?
Hell no.
You think the speedway is
That might be the that might be-
important?
No, it's right here actually. This is the center of
This
the
exact
universe,
spot
the center of
right
the world,
here.
right here.
This
This
I'm
building.
feeling that.
Right. So as you we're creating the dispensary, the place that you're gonna come here. Now
The destination.
the destination. So now this destination now becomes a new ley line landmark.
Yeah.
That's what I was trying to say.
I
This
agree.
is now, and the aliens already, they see us, they see that we're making some noise, and
Let me know. Let actually all of us know because we all watch the show and we all do it. Let us know in these comments section here how you feel about the aliens coming to the new Cosmic Apple Orchard
right.
Yeah.
in Elko.
Don't forget Bigfoot.
And Bigfoot, yes.
And if you know anything about ley lines or node points, give us some of that information.
'Cause I
Let's
don't.
talk about it. you know?
I would love to be educated on that. I welcome that. You know who might know something about ley lines and other things like that?
Who's that?
My mother.
Really?
You might know her.
Really? Hi, Judy.
She might.
She might know some shit about that.
She's kind of smart like that.
Oh, damn.
You know, though, as it might not be this exact location. Maybe it's the Field of Dreams that the aliens are actually.
Oh, that could-
That would make more sense,
And
the
realizing that
cannabis
they
orchard.
know that they know what is the essence that is coming from that location.
That's amazing.
I like
That's
it.
amazing.
How did you two meet in
Yeah,
the first place?
we didn't even ask that in the
That's
last
crazy.
one either.
Last year, CannaCon or Canna, which one was it?
Canacon or Lucky Leaf, one
Lucky
of the
Leaf.
two.
It was Lucky Leaf. It was Lucky Leaf.
Jose was doing what he does, and I was meeting
running.
this.
I was running around wearing a suit and tie, looking for, trying to talk to all the bankers, like every single
Corporate
one.
Jose.
Yeah, I can go for corporate real quick. And then, yeah, came across Wes. He was,
Vape Pen Jeff.
yep, and it was funny because he just jumped right into sales mode, and the next thing you know, we're just all the three of us were bullshitting, but
Awesome.
you know, I started telling Jeff what I was actually really doing, like talking about the processing facility, and then he brought up Wes, and I'm sitting there talking to Wes, and it's crazy, because don't get me wrong, he like definitely like played himself down, like,
Wes
oh, yep, oh, I got this license, I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do with it,
He's very humble.
you know, like, this is where I'm at, you know, I'm like just south of the metro, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Like, I want to grow weed. You know, I'm sitting here trying to figure it out. Like, I'll never forget that, you know, and then like coming over here, just hitting back off again. It was probably a year, you know, since we like reached out. He reached out, got a hold of David off of Facebook. That's one of the partners.
We'll be meeting David in the
Yep,
future,
yep.
hopefully.
Yes.
Yep, David and Casey. Yep, and so.
Shout outs to David and Casey.
And then, yeah, you know, came over here, and it was just kind of crazy just to see, like, what he already was willing to do, like, to go and try to learn more,
Yeah.
try to, like, get more down into the culture, just, like, diversify himself, and just, like, it was just awesome. You know, and it was, like,
Thank you.
you know, that's where it's, a lot of people are always like, oh, well, I have money, you know, or, oh, like, I don't need much to offer, you know, like you can help. And it's like, no, you have to be able to want to do this, you know,
Right.
like this is your thing, you know, so just to see that, you know, like that's what matters. But yeah, that's kind of how we hit it back off, you know, and we're just out here. just
Do you
south of the
think?
metro.
Do you think a lot of people look at growing weed as like a easy money route, like it's just a quick cash grab type of situation?
Corporate companies do, you know, and bigger people do, obviously. It's
Bigger people like me.
Well, no, I'm just saying. Like, whoa, chill. No, my bad.
I'm just playing. Man.
Just like a lot of people, you know, when they go to invest money into it, you know, but it is definitely a like lucrative or like how they try to phrase it, but like at the high, like a high risk. You know, so it's not always like fundable with banks and shit like that. You know?
Right,
So
yeah.
like your
A
funding
lot
aspect.
can go wrong if
can
in the
go
grow
wrong.
in the process. You have
Yeah.
to take it 4 months, and then you still have to dry and cure it, and
There's a lot
and
as
that
well.
you could kill it at the end, and then
That's before you even start making, you know, like an income. Like,
So yeah, a lot of big corporations and investors and things like that might look at it as a cash grab. But what about like on the small level, like people who are like, oh, bro, like I think I can grow some weed. It'll just be so easy and it'll be so, you know,
it
like
depends on where you come from. If you come from the like, just I'm gonna do the cheapest and do it whatever, or if you have care and you're gonna try and be a part of the brand, then do it like that. But I don't. Just they think it's not easy.
you think most people
You
that you
might
come
have-
across though have a serious attitude and expectation about it.
I'm only laughing because I really think there's just weed and good weed. You know, there's a lot of weed out there in the world. And there's just weed and good weed. You know, a lot of people do put some passion and some care into it. You know, and then other people just whatever. That's them. You know, so it's just like it is.
We
you
could
know,
get into a little science,
Yeah.
because as the
there's a million ways to skin the cat, you know. So it's like,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
there's
for
a
sure.
lot that's overproduced. Don't get me wrong. You could talk
Overproduced?
about the genetics. You could talk about the quality of the company. You know,
Yeah.
Like, are people like being treated as fair workers? Like, do people actually like enjoy their job? Like, once again, we're working for cannabis.
And what's that person that the head person, are they trying to learn more? Did they want to know why it happened that way? Like, oh yeah, I want to grow weed like this. This was the best thing that happened. Like I had mistakes, right? Things that happened, like all of a sudden my light stayed on and it did something. And then it created a really good pop, but it was under stresses. It was under stress, so different stresses create the different environment for the cannabis to grow. And
Yeah.
you can be an alien and lab rat and fucking let's figure out all those nuances, or you can grow with the parameters that will grow you good pot. So it's your direction, but then if you miss those parameters, you're gonna grow really bad pot.
Gotcha.
Well, I'm glad that you guys met. And I think the studio audience is going to let you know their appreciation for that meeting. We really love the fact you guys are coming together and you're going to make this work. It's just going to be amazing
The
for
Hola Bud
everybody.
podcast is filmed in front of a live studio audience.
We are.
Sorry to cut you off.
We are.
Yes, we are.
Technically, we are because Tanya is sitting over there. Our good friend Tanya White is
Yes.
chilling, watching again.
This is great. It's so awesome.
I actually do like having an audience. Like, it seems to happen a lot where people are like, I just want to just chill and watch it. Like, you don't want to
Yeah.
be on it? No, I just want to watch you guys do it.
What do you hope to bring to the cannabis community that isn't here yet?
Weed!
No, but that's here. I'm
It's
talking-
not here, buddy.
Wes,
It might not legally be.
what
here.
I've learned from Wes is he basically is just about, hey, people want to smoke weed and we should give them weed. You know, you don't get too deep into the medical stuff for like, you're like, cool, yeah, it exists, it's there, people talk about it, I acknowledge it. But like Wes is like, I just want people to smoke weed when they want to smoke weed.
And that
you know?
that is that's huge.
I like that. I appreciate that. Where Jose is a little bit more about like, I want to help the business owners to grow and develop their business. And like, I am passionate about weed, you know, correct me if I'm wrong, but like, you know, you're more about the business thing for other people, helping other people. And Wes is just like, I just want to grow weed so people can smoke it. Right? I like that.
I want them to get to the end result, and what I want people to get out of smoking is the creativeness, just the creativeness. I love the creative, just the chill, create aspect that cannabis brings to me, and I know that cannabis brings different to everybody.
Right.
Yeah. A lot of people do get a lot of inspiration and motivation, and it's able to help them focus. I'm personally one of those people. I get great benefits from smoking cannabis, and I know not everyone does. Some people have very bad reactions to smoking cannabis, and those people shouldn't smoke cannabis. Just like people who are allergic to bananas shouldn't eat bananas.
It's probably not a good thing to eat them.
Yeah, I mean, they might fall on the floor and die because they can't breathe when they eat a banana. But I have asthma, and potassium is really good for asthma, so I need to eat
So
bananas.
you eat bananas.
Yeah, I love them, and they're delicious.
What?
Are you allergic to
No.
bananas?
No,
I don't think I'm allergic to anything.
Nothing?
Thankfully. No.
you guys allergic to anything?
David, good friend, you know, but he's part of the business. Long story short, he's allergic to peaches. Totally forgot that.
Really?
Oh shit,
Yeah.
that sucks. Peaches are great.
Yeah, we fed him a bunch of whatever shots. This is before I quit drinking, but thank God. What is the,
Peach schnapps?
yeah.
Or like fuzzy.
It
fuzzy
was
nail or
Some
something?
sort of peach flavored liquor.
Yeah, it was in some sort of little shot. You know, we were doing the whole
Yeah.
night. Yeah.
Oh man.
Poor guy.
How did he react to that?
Oh, we found out when his neck was like, you know, we're at the casino and it's like, this is not good, you know.
That would be horrible.
Holy
that would
shit.
suck.
Yeah, that was
Wes,
Wes?
are you allergic to anything?
Jinx, you owe me a Nordiques?
Ah, damn, that's like 2 now.
3. But who's counting?
I ain't.
Wes, are you allergic to anything?
cats, man.
I was gonna be a smart ass and say something, but
You should be.
I'm not.
It's better to be a smartass than a dumbass.
I was gonna say like Walmart on a busy day.
Dad response.
Love it.
Oh, man.
But you know, I really am grateful that I have met Jose, and I think that we need to just acknowledge that he's doing a big part for Minnesota cannabis, and a lot of people might not know that, but I hope they get to know this now. and you'll see what's going on his grounds. And thank you guys again for coming out here. I
Oh, for
appreciate
sure.
it.
Yeah,
Thanks for
love
having
being
us.
here.
Thanks for having us. We love it out here.
I just wish they lived closer.
It's really not that far.
It's
I
all
like a
highway.
nice little
It's easy drive.
Yeah, it's all good. I'd smoke some weed. And,
I'm so
and-
grateful that I get to be one of your sponsors as their Monticello's gonna have a cannabis dispensary.
You
Fucking
guys gonna have one up there?
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
one
Lake.
open,
I mean,
Altitude
I mean,
or something.
Yep,
So
it's called
I'm
Altitude,
grateful.
the
Yeah,
one in
okay.
Monticello. It's opening hopefully by the end of the month. I just read a Monticello Times article that says they're just waiting their final inspections, but they're hoping by
They
the end
look
of
like
the
they're done on the outside.
Yeah.
Everything looked nice to go. So
Yep. And the city of Monticello's, because the state law says they have to allow two, at least two, if they're going to allow any. So they are allowing a second one. I don't think there's anybody in line yet or anything official. But they said right now they're capping it at 2 in the city until they see demand.
and there's only 2,000 total license, 2,100, something like that. Total license, only a certain amount can sell, a certain amount can grow. So out of those 2,000 license, probably 1,500 can sell.
That's
but
interesting.
not all 1,500 of those will sell. Maybe 750 of them will sell.
I wonder how many towns there are in Minnesota. You know, if we were to spread that 1,500 equally.
I've looked it up actually. It doesn't matter.
I know it's not going to be equal though, because some places will allow more than 2. You know,
Yeah.
so it won't
Yeah.
be equal. So that's interesting how it'll all play out. And then some places aren't allowing any.
No,
you
they
know,
have
they have
to.
the choice, right?
No, they don't.
They can opt out for an amount of time.
Oh,
Just
but that's-
for
but that's-
it's only temporary opt out, but eventually they have to allow it.
was
That's
a-
interesting. Okay.
yeah, maybe a year. What was it? It's called a
Like
year where
Albert
they get
Lee
to
was going
do.
through a bunch of, fuss, things like that, but
And they get to use the excuse like we don't know enough yet, so we want to see how it plays out in other places first, and then see how what works
correct.
and what doesn't. Which I mean, I guess is logical, but it's kind of a cop out. Just fucking let them do
The
it.
people like me should have been trying to talk to their cities that they wanted to be in already. They should have already been proactive.
Right. I mean, there's plenty of places across America that it has been working just fine. So
Oklahoma, you literally could just get a license.
2,000
Like you didn't
bucks?
even have to
Give them
like-
paperwork like
really,
Yeah, it was like
Maybe-
$2,000, super simple. You had to have an Oklahoma
Federal
residence,
and
but
federal
like,
probably,
like,
like
a, like a state
Or not.
resident.
just to be
Just
a
one person
citizen.
on the application.
one at a time, Wes.
crazy.
That's great. So in Oklahoma, all you had to do was fill out the paperwork, pay the money,
Just give
and
them
then
money and you can
you're
do it.
setting up
Like-
shop.
Pretty much.
Yes.
Not a lot of hoops like Minnesota.
Obviously, they change things, but like that's every other state. There's a little more to it, but at the end of the day, there are regulations. So it's like we just gotta just do it. You
Yeah.
know, whatever. Read the book real quick, figure it out like the best way, make it make sense.
Right.
Get the ball rolling.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm excited. Make sure there's people like Wes and other brands want to bring some culture and some craft, to the market.
Yeah,
So
that'll be great. I'm excited. I don't even use it, but I'm excited to see
Okay.
where it goes.
Oh, you don't smoke at all? Oh, I've been smoking this whole time by you,
so
bro. I'm
minimal,
fucking
bro.
terrible.
I'm such a minimal user. But I'm excited to see where this goes.
But-
what products come out, and for me, I'm excited for some of the other medical things because I'm a walking medical fuck up. So things that could help me, that could benefit me. I really
It could. It might.
You know what I'm talking about.
There's so much in. I'm not the medical guy. There's so much in cannabis, and then the quantum computing and AI. Just think
This
of
stuff.
what they're gonna put together to help heal you.
Yeah, that's
Hold on. Did you just say AI weed? What are you talking about?
There is AI weed. You can literally grow plants and set up an AI setting, and you just have to make sure you have water in there.
So like a totally automated system That's what you're saying? Okay. That makes sense. That's cool. And that doesn't seem like dangerous type of AI.
All you
like,
have to have is water.
What's it? I
I
mean,
mean, they're going to do everything else for you?
Don't ask me.
Is that,
that
how it's
doesn't
gonna
even
go?
seem like AI. That just seems like
It's all
a
digital, man. It's all-
automated
all
garden
digital,
setup,
man.
which has been around for a long
you
time.
don't pay the electric bill, then you're not gonna have your electric bill. But, I mean,
Look at some solar panels, bro.
No, we're going to grow weed.
like I said, there's parameters. There, you set your parameters. You grow some weed.
We're going to go do it.
No, we're not doing no AI shit. No.
Wes, what kind of stuff are you interested in, like outside of cannabis, other than cannabis?
Law of attraction.
Law of attraction.
Bettering myself right now. Bettering myself.
Yeah. What have you been reading lately or watching lately that's been relating to the law of attraction? Anything off the top of your head?
I'm currently going through the Master Key class, which is every week I do one lesson, and I'm just focused on what I allow into my subconscious mind that will put me on autopilot when I got the right things in there, and just do the right thing all the time. When you have good habits, there's no room for bad habits. So I'm not that I'm a perfect person of any sort. My habits that I'm trying to create are the business aspect of building a cannabis business and being happy within the cannabis space. So I keep that as my predominant mental thought and keeping a positive mental attitude, knowing that I get to grow cannabis. So I just see that instead of other aspects of things. And this
Yeah.
is what the Master Key helps you go through, is taking your conscious mind, which is what everything you get to see, and putting it to a degree of mood. Like, is it something I care about or something I don't? Okay, you can just let it go. It's not pertaining to you. Or yes, I'm passionate about that and I have burning desire. And then when you have those stupid things like, oh, I'm sick, oh, just get rid of it and say, I'm doing great. I'm building a business. And then you have the law of dual thought, where you're thinking of the good thoughts and you can't entertain the bad thoughts. So you projectively move forward. And
Hold
that's
on,
what I'm
slow
learning.
down, hold on. You said the law of dual thoughts. Did you say you can't think of the negative thoughts, or are you saying that?
You can't entertain two thoughts at the same time.
Okay.
So if
Yes.
you're thinking something bad, your conscious mind, you have to, watchman at the gate, say, hey, stop. Stop thinking about that and think about what you need to think about, which is your better self, your burning desire, your dharma, your need in life. And you focus on that, and then not the not getting of it, but the focus on having it. And that's what you want instead of what you don't want. And then all of a sudden you forgot, what was I thinking about? Oh, I was thinking about bad health. Well, I can't think about bad health and what I want at the same time.
Got to keep a single focus.
So there's, I'm going to piggyback. I just got done reading a book, Atomic Habits.
Yeah.
Great book. Anyone should really pick it up. You know, that is exactly what it boils down to. Like he was saying, you know, his habits. You know, I even been looking in on my habits. It all adds up. You know, but in order to make or break or change or even realize what your habits are, you obviously have to like take the time to understand them, you know, and look at them.
Yeah, objectively from
Yep.
an outside perspective.
And when you learn about it, just like in that book that I was reading, you know, like it matters, like it's the reward. It's not the fact of like, oh, you know, like right now it's a bigger reward, you know, so like your habits do stack up on whatever your desire are, you know, like is at the moment, and like there's ways to help break them, you know, or like realize like they're not beneficial. Like
Yeah.
what are you really trying to gain out of it?
Right.
You know? So yeah. But yeah.
And
it's
then really
true,
simply put, is that conscious mind of what you're allowing in there, and the degree that you allow it to affect your mind is the good habit. And then habits and the law of attraction, good habits make good habits, make good habits, make good habits, because like attracts
Right.
like. So therefore you can't have a feeling of
It's kind of like if you clean one room in your house, right, and the rest of your house is dirty, Now, because that one room is clean, you start to walk in the other rooms and go, ugh. You like recognize how dirty it is because there's that comparison, right? So you're saying if you start the good habits, the more you do that, the more you're going to recognize those bad habits, the more you're going to be able to look at it and go, that doesn't exactly work
Right.
anymore,
It's not-
or the way I thought it would, or, the way I wanted it to. Like I've done so well changing these habits already. It seems much easier to now change other habits. It seems, it is snowballs more and more and more and more.
Yes, and it's the building of those little neural pathways.
Yeah.
Where you're like building upon the goodness of the good neural pathway.
Exactly. You can rebuild your own reward system in your brain. Like you retrain yourself by, normally people, they reward themselves with a treat, a snack, a junk food of some sort, a chocolate bar or whatever. And then that reinforces that pathway every time they do that. And then when they start to change it and they say, instead of that candy bar, I'm going to start to reward myself with fruit. At first, it doesn't satisfy it, but over time, you can create that new pathway, and that becomes your, like, dude, I talk about this all the time. Anybody that's very close to me knows this. Like, when I was a little kid, I hated tomatoes. I fucking hated them. They were disgusting to me. I couldn't eat anything that, if you had a cheeseburger that had a tomato on it and then you took the tomato off, I couldn't eat it because the tomato was there, right? Some of it, little bit. But then I consciously told myself, tomatoes are very healthy and I should eat them, right? And I forced myself to eat tomatoes, and I did it so much that I trained myself to now I love tomatoes. Now I actually crave tomatoes. I eat them like my grandpa did, with fucking just slice a tomato up and put a little salt on it, little pepper on it, and just eat that shit. Dude, I would have never done that as a kid, but I forced myself to do that, and I trained my brain to love tomatoes. And I think you could probably do that with anything.
So there was a precursor to the Master Key, which is the 7-Day Mental Diet by Emmett Fox, which also did Alcoholics Anonymous. And the 7-Day Mental Diet puts you on the perspective of, are you what you eat?
Sort of.
You become
I
what you
mean,
eat. If you eat a bunch of sugar, you become
it contributes to who you are. Absolutely.
So you are what you think.
Absolutely.
So that the 7-Day Mental Diet puts you on a diet of 7 days of the habit of forming the thought of, like, you have to keep thinking no bad thoughts. You have to continue, and it's not easy.
Yeah.
So it's hard. You start, you stop, you start, you stop. But the progressive, the like-alikes, and then it becomes a good habit, and then so.
There's this rapper from Minnesota. He grew up in, I think, Owatonna, or at least he lived there for a while, right? Which, that's right down the street.
Not
right?
too far.
Yeah, not too far.
Robert Scoop
His
was
name is
a
Mod Sun, Modern Sunshine.
Oh, Mod Sun.
Yep. Movement on Dreams, Stand Under None. That's what Mod Sun stands for. One of my favorite rappers in the world. But he has a song where I think he did an interview with Rolling Stone one time, and he clipped it into his song, or it was a reenactment or something. But there was a part of a song where they asked him, like, how are you always so positive? You got to have some bad days or whatever. And then he starts to explain how he has like this dresser in his mind. He imagines a dresser, and every time there's a bad thought, he takes it and he puts it in the bottom dresser drawer, and then he closes it. And then the top dresser drawers, that's where he keeps his good thoughts. And then every time he puts one in the bottom drawer, he opens up the top drawer and he pulls one out. And that's how he stays positive. He has this mental exercise that he explained, like visualizing this thing that he could control, he could move and, manage.
Big shout out to Mod Sun too.
I love that
He's
dude.
great.
Yeah.
My daughters love him. My sons love him. I love him. So he's really good.
Do we have to say Party of One so we can get some more views on this channel? Party of One,
Party
please?
Alone?
Party
Party
Alone?
Alone.
Party
I'm sorry,
Alone.
Party Alone. I did enjoy your music, but You guys.
He did music with Mod Sun.
Him and
Okay.
they
Did you know that, Wes, or did you just bring that up randomly?
I brought it up because
He lived with them too for a while.
Yeah.
Yep.
to date that's your best video viewed. So
Yes, most
So
viewed
I just
video
want-
is the Party Alone video. If you haven't watched it already, go back and check it out. It is very unique. It is unlike any of our other podcasts that we've ever done. I can't wait to do another event like that. It's not like we're going to be able to do that all the time, but
No, that was
occasionally.
really cool.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
It was
thank you,
super cool.
Party, for allowing us to do that.
Well, we actually didn't ask for permission.
We didn't, but I'm going to thank you anyways because I just kind of took it upon myself to do it with you. So
I don't like asking for permission, especially
we'll beg for forgiveness. if
It
we're gonna
happened on the street, right?
I'm
on
still
the,
gonna thank him.
On the public street, nobody could stop me.
Cool.
Try to stop me, Darren.
do it. What if that one guy in the suit tried to stop you? Peter.
Pete? Oh,
Yeah.
Pete ain't doing nothing.
Pete,
Pete
I
ain't
hope you're
doing
doing
nothing
good,
but
man.
selling me a futon.
I hope so. I hope you're doing good, Pete.
I'm just playing. I've
I
actually
watched that like what 3 weeks ago.
I was the other day I was driving down Broadway on my way to work or on my way somewhere, and I saw Pete walking down the street, and I wanted to yell at him like, "What up, Pete?" But I was like, he's not gonna know who I am. Like he's
That would have been so awesome.
Unless he likes and subscribes.
maybe I don't know.
Yeah.
I should stop in there and be like, "Pete, have you watched the video? What's up?"
Yeah, bro, you're on there.
But it's 2 blocks from my house. I mean, I got no reason not to other than pure laziness.
There is that. That's okay. So, anybody got anything else they want to talk about?
Yeah, I'm really excited to bring you guys out to the Field of Dreams that this guy's creating.
Yeah, we're about to head out there.
We're gonna check out the Field of Dreams. I mean, it's just an open field right now, correct?
No, there's a few buildings.
Oh, few buildings. Nice. Okay. We're going to check that out. We're going to see what that looks like, show pictures
Show some-
here,
yeah.
video. Definitely was very enjoyable hanging out. In November, there is a private event happening here. And hopefully me and Darren are going to be able to make it out and hang out, meet some people, do some interviews. Excuse me. That'll be a really good time. Anything else going on that you want to talk about, Wes? Anybody that you want to shout out? Oh, TC Buds, right? Your guy TC.
Before I forget to, I think it was on the other podcast that didn't get filmed.
Yeah.
We need to have Robert Skoog and the adventures of Skoog, Robert, and Bobby.
That's right.
Okay, so bringing that up. But TC Buds is a guy that I am organizing the event with as he's in the promotions and marketing, and hopefully you get to have him on. He can describe what he is more to you than I can. So,
Yeah.
Awesome.
Love to meet
Look
him.
forward to
Love to
meeting
meet anybody that you know and vouch for, Wes.
Right.
Anybody you find interesting will probably find interesting. Do you
Jose.
have anything else you want to talk
Anything
about?
you wanna-
Anybody you want to shout out?
Shout out to Wes. Shout out to you guys. Thank you for having me.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you, bro.
Thank
Appreciate you.
I definitely want to have both you guys back on soon and hang out in Elko here more. There's a monster truck rally show coming up soon. Maybe we should hang out there.
That would be fun.
Oh, I want to sponsor one.
I can't remember when it is. I want to say it's very soon
Just go
though.
be like what was it, Will Ferrell, and just like Tropic Thunder. Just go buy one so you can just be the owner, be the coach,
That would be
the
so-
driver.
That's so funny because we were
the
just talking
sponsor.
about that on last week's episode.
We were talking about, the Tropic Thunder. Oh, Jackie Flint.
Jackie Moon.
Or Moon.
Jackie
Yeah.
Moon.
Ooh, man, just go be the owner. Just
Who's
that way
Jackie
you can-
Flint? That was someone else, wasn't it?
Jackie Flint is going to be a combination of the Flint Tropics and Jackie Moon.
That's
That
what
makes
it
sense, but I
was.
feel like Jackie Flint is a person.
That's Larry Flint.
Larry Flint is who I'm thinking of, actually. Larry Flint. Shout out to Hustler Magazine.
Thanks for all those years when I was a teenager. Not now. I'm grown
I
up.
appreciate you.
No,
guys.
we all have smartphones now. Why would you look at a magazine, you weirdo?
I like to keep the industry alive.
I'm old school. Yeah. I'm old school. Give me a map.
That's crazy.
Cool, man.
So much fun. Thank you for watching. Definitely like, comment, subscribe. Check out the Dream Green Cannabis Club Facebook group and
Yes.
and do all the other things that you should do.
And follow us and stay with us for the ride because it's going to be a fun one, and the end result is going to be amazing, not only for us but for you guys as well. So I love each and every one of you. Thank you for giving us your time, and I look forward to seeing you again next Monday.
Peace.
I was lost in a spiral, spinning so wide, chasing stars in the blackest sky, but the answer was close. It was never far, not a telescope, just follow your heart. The center of the universe is right where you stand, easier to find in the back of your hand. Elko, Minnesota, yeah, that's the plan. Where to go, like where we dream greenland. The center of the universe. Gravity pulled me to the middle of town. Go on a hill, no crown, no gown. Weed man, wisdom, he gave me the sign. The universe spins, but the truth is mine. The center of the universe is right where you stand. Easier to find in the back of your hand. Elko, Minnesota, yeah, that's the plan. Where to go, like where we dream greenland. The center of the universe. You don't need maps, you don't need stars. Just listen close, it's where you are. The gold level out, the grass grows tall. Elko's a secret that answers it all. The center of the universe is right where you stand. Easier to find in the back of your head. Elko, Minnesota, yeah, that's the plan. Where to go, like where we dream greenland.